Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we begin the divisional round with a tremendous matchup. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner, playing in front of the home crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed. A week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
You know, I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question. With players, they want that #1 seed, they want that bye, and they want to be sitting on their couch during the wild card round watching everybody else beat each other up. You factor in that rest. You factor in getting your legs back under you and getting some guys back maybe who were out some previous weeks, and you're playing in front of your home crowd. That's every team's dream to start the season, and it's exactly what we got here.
Playoff fever in the air. It's the first of 4 this weekend. And off we go in the divisional round. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
Winning in the wild card round. Accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game. Team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to be getting ready for the offseason. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll mark them down just shy of the 40.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. And in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goddard, that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead the team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos, because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Delayed game.
So that'll move them back half the distance, and they'll try it again.
Still first down.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Robinson. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Another run here for Robinson. On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. Here comes Jackson on the return, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Saquon. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Oh, the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Here's Barkley. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc. And that's exactly what happened here.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders' offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The motion man here is McLaurin. On the give, it's Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Jaden Daniels, you look at his time at LSU, Mike, and he certainly had great wide receivers to throw to. But now being a rookie quarterback and having the veteran presence of a guy like Terry McLaurin, that is such a comfort for any young quarterback getting his feet under him in this league.
The man in motion is Watson. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he'll get forward for a couple. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. The man in motion is Watson. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. They'll go. It's Robinson. And it's going to be a Commander's 1st down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down. On the ground, it's Robinson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing now, Daniels. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. 1 quarter down in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back after this. Now Dan Quinn will send out the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Philippe sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A run with Barkley. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Throwing is Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. 2nd down and 8. Now Daniels. A sideline throw, looked in by McLaurin. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a 1st down.
And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Daniels now going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll throw with Daniels. He keeps it himself.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. Daniels to throw on second down. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. Throwing is Daniels. Has his man. It's Samuel. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's Daniels. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They run over center with Robinson. And he'll be taken down right at the 15-yard line. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is third and long. The motion man here is McLaurin. Third and goal. It's Daniels. A throw on the move is caught. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders are back within one. It's 7-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get free.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Now Hurts. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On 2nd down, Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 3rd and long. Now Hurts. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's Braden Mann now. as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. To throw is Daniels. On target. Got it to McClure.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here now, 3rd and 5. The man in motion is Watson. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to lead to 4th down. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This will be from 56 yards away. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders move out front. It's 9-7. After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. On the return, here is Ainias Smith. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Fires complete to Harrison Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
2nd down and 3. Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. from the shotgun. It's Hurts. That is caught to the goal line and in. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will up the lead to 5. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to take over just before the half. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. The clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break. On 1st down, Daniels gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Daniels gonna throw again. A pass taken in by Watson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. To the air again is Daniels. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's going to air this one out looking for Dotson. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers squaring off against the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Mike and Greg. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start out 1st down and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Here's Robinson. Oh, a loose football. The Eagles have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Hurts to the air on first down. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Now we'll get a pause here, an injured player, and it's A.J. Brown, who was hurt on that last play. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts again. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
He'll get this out to the left flat. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Again, Hurts. This one complete to Bryant. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the
nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3.
On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He runs with it. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Daniels now going to look to throw. Off he goes. And Daniels will have the first down as he's able to slide and avoid the contact. That'll be a first down, a gain of 10. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. 3rd and a yard, it's Daniels. He's got a man, it's McLaurin. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Laramie Tunsil, the big tackle, flagged there. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. That is going to be called in. He's got it. Christian Watson, touchdown, Washington.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The open receiver is Dotson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That'll be taken in by Barkley.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Hurts will try it again. That's complete. Tight end got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Barkley. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A pistol snap back to Hurts. He's going to keep it himself.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The home team's offense and receiver Christian Watson set to go once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Throwing on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a...
And he'll take it on in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning
a throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Clark.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the right side. Caught by Goddard. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up. We'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's got his tight end, Goddard, working the middle of the field.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's second and 2. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. A gain there of 11. First down, Philadelphia.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Devontae Smith, touchdown Eagles. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout, too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Washington.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
12 more yards from him there, and another 1st down. On the toss, they'll run. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Here's Daniels. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too...
That is caught. What a throw. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Commanders. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
On the give, it's Robinson. And he will get into the end zone. The two-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now we'll get a pause here. An injured player, and it's A.J. Brown, who was hurt on that last play. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense. Automatic 1st down.
1st and 10. The motion man here is McLaurin. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Pre-snap, the quarterback loved that man matchup on his tight end, and a crossing route is a great man coverage beater. He's able to run away from the coverage, run to the far side of the field to a bunch of open grass. Ball's on target. Nice pickup.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. On 1st down, it's Robinson. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing is Daniel. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. The man in motion is Watson. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. To throw is Daniels.
Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I mean, I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on 1st contact and 2nd contact for that matter.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And the Commanders are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way and allow...
And he's in. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders have taken a 4-point advantage. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. The throw on the run is complete. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Now a stoppage for an injured player, and it's Saquon Barkley who appears to be shaken up. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw, Hurts. That's caught by Dillon. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 1st down, it's Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To the air again. Hurts. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Smith.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Hurts will try it again. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Again, Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. Hurts again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Open receiver is Marshall. He's got it. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Another run here for Robinson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. And nice work here. He's got the 1st down to about the 30-yard line. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The motion man here is McLaurin. Now give on the ground. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8. And sets up 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.